Welcome back to the Oomba Studios here in Austin at our Unrivaled tournament, the largest tabletop tournament of 2017. Justin, we saw a crazy game of King of Tokyo.
Yes.
Coming up, we've got Ascension, one of my favorite games to play. One of yours as well. You love
I stayed up all night last night playing on the app.
You stayed
Fly Trap Witch, Fly Trap Witch, Fly Trap Witch
over and over again. For those newbies that might be coming in, we'll touch on the rules a little bit as we're going.
CJ will too.
And CJ will as well. What can we talk about as far as there's 120 honor if we've got 4 players. The goal is to get as much as possible and as much in your deck.
I think the big thing is you learn how you play the game. So we're gonna we're gonna try something new. Let you try to learn as you see the game play. So let's go out and watch it.
Here's that Ascension table.
And before we start, let's introduce ourselves, starting with you, my friends.
I am Liz.
Liz.
I'm Ryan.
We got our players' introductions.
John.
Brian.
Brian. So we got Liz, Jonathan.
Ryan.
Jonathan, Brian. Excellent. That's not confusing at all. Okay, so as you guys know, the first, once the 120 honor is gone, the game will be over, equaling final turns of equal play. Everyone right now, shuffle your decks if you haven't already. And I'm shuffling this deck. To see who goes first, you guys will flip the top card, making the lineup. Whoever has the highest cost card will go first. Sure. So you guys are basically making the lineup already, and this will help us go first. Starting with you, Liz.
The honor that CJ's talking about represented in the middle right there. There's that honor pool. The red represent 5 honor. The clear ones represent 1. And in the middle is the center row, as we like to call it. Over on the right is the void.
Please.
Up top, got your favorite 3 things.
Celtic and then this should now.
Celtic.
I read both at the
Liz,
same
you go
time.
first, which means the game will end on your turn. Whenever you guys are ready, you may draw your 5-card hand. You may start playing. I will be in charge of the main deck. If I forget, I'm very sorry. I will make sure to do it right away.
Don't forget, CJ.
Do not, CJ, it is your responsibility.
And if we ever kill the cultist, just do a quick point or just say I'm killing the cultist so I know that that's where that 1 honor is coming from. Sure. You may start whenever.
Alrighty, and here we go. 5 cards at a time. So you played 4 apprentices, get over 4 runes.
Right.
I'm going to grab him.
What kind of strategy do we see early on in the game?
Well, right now, this is big because you've got 2 Mechana constructs out on the board. And if you can pair up those Mechana right away, it can be completely advantageous for the ending, well, for the entire game with a 4-player game. More constructs out, usually the better in a 4-player. But that's just a
What
stereotype.
is you said the Mechana constructs, what's the advantages to combining factions or staking factions? So like Mechana with Mechana, Lifebound with Lifebound, because as we see that Snapdragon pop out right there, which is a Lifebound construct.
Right. Well, so they're they're like a cog in a great industrial machine. They're meant to work together. And the more you build on top of a specific faction, the more they literally propel into bigger advantages. So if you play a lot of Mechana, they will start to compile and exponentially either gain you power, gain you runes.
Gotcha.
So if you can stick to one, it usually is good. But you know, for me, I like to play like a balance of 2. For instance, I love playing Void and I love playing Lifebound. Void trims the deck. Lifebound typically, expands lets you draw multiple cards. Yeah. So you're going to get those power cards quicker.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because we see early in the game when you have like 5 apprentices, as we see right there, you can play all those 5 apprentices, get a Snapdragon like that. But later on in the game, when you start building your deck, you have cards that say draw cards. So you like to play those first. What's the advantages of playing something like that first, like a Master Dartha, like our Game Changer, which allows you to draw 3 cards before just putting all of them out on the table?
I mean, so the key is drawing those cards, seeing what your entire hand is compiled of before you play them, because the turn sequence is going to determine literally what happens as far as effects go. So it's important to literally play all the cards that you can into your hand before you start banishing monsters. See what your entire stockpile is, your arsenal, if you will, before you go on and fight those monsters. Because after you fight a monster and defeat it, it's going to be banished. It's going to be replaced right away. That's the first thing that happens in Ascension.
And the strategy depends on what's on the table right there, the center row. Sometimes, like last week, we saw the center row filled with monsters, and then sometimes it's filled with heroes. how do strategies change when something like that pops up?
Well, if there's multiple monsters on there, you just want to slay them, and it's instantaneous. You get those, you get the honor points right away. Whereas if there's heroes on there, all of a sudden you're starting to collect, really sift through your deck and build a strategy. It's a deck building game.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of where, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, if it's a power grab, if it's a power grab right away, you kind of have to go for it and adjust on the fly. This is one of those games where you literally mid-game strategies
change
all
the
time, constantly.
And we've seen that throughout this tournament.
Which is tough for someone like me with ADHD, because I constantly am like, oh, maybe I should go hero here, maybe I should start banishing monsters, and I fail. Which is why
and we see that Burrow mark pop up.
No one plays me on the
Now, Mechana Constructs are the faction with the biggest honor per their hero cards and their constructs.
Yep.
So that's something to look out for. They maybe not always have the most powerful consequences when you play them. However, at the end of the game, they build up and help you with those honor points.
Radio, Jack.
Righty-o, Jack, as we see right there, Ryan. I believe get that Burrower's mark already has that Watchmaker's Altar.
And you can tell, like, some of those bigger power cards or bigger runed, more expensive rune cards are going to be on the board for a little bit. So you're not going to be able to, turnover is going to be less.
Yeah.
So Avatar of the Fallen, one of my favorite cards in the game, highest monster out there, and costs 7 power to defeat, but you basically can take any other card from the middle and either keep it or destroy it, banish it into a void if it's a monster. So,
Sea Tyrant's an interesting card out there too.
Basically a twofer. Which one?
The Sea Tyrant.
I like Sea Tyrant. I'm a monster of the ocean. I will tip your canoe. What's with me in canoes today?
Flytrap Witch.
She's a lady. Oh,
don't get me excited with my Flytrap Witch.
Justin's favorite card for all of those of you watching out there is the Flytrap Witch. He has a cardboard cutout of her in his bedroom.
I have a fat out, yeah.
It's a fat head of Flytrap Witch.
Out. Interesting. 3 apprentices right there with the 2 militia, 4 Liz.
And right now it's a good balance in the center.
And she's trying to. And she banishes the Hedron Cannon.
The Hedron Link device.
And a Drizzle Staff, or a Drazzle Staff, as CJ likes to pronounce it.
Or why Drizzle? I tried.
Has the militia, punches a cultist, hashtag punch a cultist.
Ha-ha! Why does it sound more and more like Mario? You were so much better at saying it. I don't know why.
But it is like a Mario.
There we go. Good
Samael's Trickster is put on the board. So now the 3 back end of that center row are monsters.
Yep.
And you see now the 6 out of the 6 cards, 4 are monsters. That's when the strategy starts to change a little bit. People play their cards differently and want to see some sort of change of the game.
And unlike destroying constructs, when you banish a construct or banish a card from the center, you're not going to see that card ever again unless the deck gets reshuffled. So someone that's sitting there thinking Mechana might be my way to go, well, now that you know you've lost the 2nd highest Mechana card out there, you're probably starting to alter your strategy because that link device is huge. I mean, that's where you really gain all your points because every construct can be a Mechana construct. And if you've got some of those other mechanisms that are going to give you those rune points, or multiple runes.
You see right there, Jonathan gets a Void Initiate, pairs that up with another Void Spike Vixen right there.
Vixen.
So we see a little Void faction going on there with Jonathan.
I like it. We haven't seen a lot of Void recently.
Void is the type of faction. What does a Void faction do? What is they mainly known for?
Well, so Void factions again are known for trimming the deck, keeping part of this game is as you're going along you start thinking, especially in the beginning phase, oh I want to collect as many cards as possible. That's not the case because the larger your discard pile grows, the more you're going to have to reshuffle. Those same cards.
You want to keep it thin.
So if you can keep it thin, it means you get to your best cards
quickest.
And
that was something I struggled with thinking. I just want to build my deck, have a bunch of cards. But when you do have those powerful cards, you want the least amount of cards in your deck so you can get to that quicker and deal more damage and get honor.
In the way that TLC said, I don't want no scrubs, it's kind of the same thing. I don't want no scrubs.
No offense to any scrubs out there, but that's just the Ascension way of life.
You don't want filler.
That is the Ascension. The Ascension theme song is No Scrubs.
It's No Scrubs.
By TLC.
No Scrubs, no filler. And there, the changeover is still, now it's a little more monster heavy, so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty pumped. Early on, Go Liz. We got a nice shot on the ring and the honor. So much honor as well as wedding ring. Oh,
Through Earth Tyrant. That's a
Earth
big. That's a
Tyrant.
big. 6 power to defeat it though, but
That's a big kill.
it's a big kill and allows.
You're going to get 5 honor, and you're going to get to draw 2 cards.
Yes.
Which is
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You were going to say.
Spike pixel.
We do have a competition coming up. It's big for us here. How do you want to say it? How do you want to say it? Do you want to talk about it?
I'll talk about. So, again, we're having another competition, like we do every week, about the $40 worth of store credit to Game Master in Laguna Hills, where you can call them up, get a bunch of cool games, get another adaptation of Marvel, whatever. But today's competition, we want to do competitions every week that focus on like certain games. And this week we're going to talk about our competitions based on Nevermore. And we know Nevermore is big on the Ravens and the pecking and all that stuff. And so our competition today, building it up right now.
Wait, hold on. Do you hear that? That's the Austin ground quaking.
Our competition today is, if you were allowed to name ravens in Nevermore, what would your raven name be and why?
What would your What would your raven name be and why?
Make it specific
cool.
to Nevermore.
Make it like
haunting, weird, cool.
Like Poalicious, or I'd maybe name mine Clawsy, because he sounds kind of like a friendly guy who could claw you, or Peckster.
Sometimes I gotta shake my head because he just goes on these rants about his raven names.
You're stuck with me and you're forced to love me, so.
But as we look at the board now, 5 monsters out of the 6 on the board.
Again,
so
do we see that strategy
now that strategy
shift?
is changing a little bit.
We've yet to see someone defeat that avatar of the Fallen. And if that happens, you can. If you were playing, Justin, what would you be taking if you got the avatar of the Fallen right now? Because I can tell you what
I want to get a better look at the board.
Mistake of the creation.
Well, once we get a look at the board, I'll tell you.
Know your honor.
Oh,
Jonathan! Jonathan playing a great.
I might have to take that right now. That Earth Tyrant.
I would do the same. Look it, we're mind twins.
It's playing Ascension over and over again, but we see. I think it's Ryan who has those 2 Mechana constructs out there. Those are pretty big right now.
Those are great, but for my money, Jonathan is really.
Actually, this is Jonathan. This is Jonathan. Did I say Ryan has the Mechana construct?
Jonathan has the Void. Jonathan playing right
Void
now.
Thirster.
Got the Void Thirster. And this is big because he's got a really nice mix of Lifebound and Void, which is a cool combo to have. That Void Thirster construct is going to give you 1 rune per turn, and the first time you defeat a monster in the center, you're going to pick up an honor, which is clutch because, as we said, right now there's a lot of monsters in the center.
I gotta say though, Brian with that Unrivaled hat, that black on the orange.
Black on orange, it's nice. It's a nice tinge. Black and orange, black on orange, black on orange.
It's more of a salmon.
Placement of apprentice card. Tell Christian.
Salmon color.
And I will do 2.
And there he
Taking
is.
the cultist.
Punch the
Clearly
cultist.
marked card.
And we see there though,
I need to
we see a
replace
Snapdragon and a Spiked Vixen.
Neo Cow. We got some people on Twitch. Thanks for watching, all
I
my
noticed
Twitchites. We're glad to have you.
And thanks for watching on Facebook Live. We've got a good amount of viewers on Facebook.
Neo Cow Play says Goo Ryan. I don't know why you say Goo Ryan, but Neo Cow
I think
Plays.
it's Go Ryan.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Ooh, I think the Wind Tyrant, or the Earth Tyrant, is no longer. And the Yggdrasil Staff, it makes more sense now here in CJ. Saying Yggdrasil Staff.
I don't like, no, I will always say a drizzle. You have to get that drizzle in there. Again, we've got that Nevermore contest.
Yeah.
We'll give you to the end of this Ascension game. We might go 1 game longer.
But yes.
Clean up my stuff.
We might go 1 game longer.
Chance
We just
to
want
win
to see all your.
All you have to do is come up with a great Raven name.
Void Thirster.
Ooh, a Void Thirster put on the board. Now that is the 1 hero, still surrounded by a bunch of monsters. Strategy probably still the same. However, again, it's all just the luck of the draw.
Right. Right. You don't know what's going to be pulled up next out of that magical hat of Vigil.
Yes.
If you will, for all of those Ascensionites out there. My favorite part about the games are the backstories. Some of them. Like,
yeah.
I just love the backstories, especially this one. Like creating the land of Vigil, the realms, and then, woo, monster heavy!
Monsters on the board.
That's about right.
It's one of those. It's one of those.
You think they barbecue monsters in Austin?
Would not doubt it, as we see 2 initiates played.
Initiate.
Spike Vixen
Spike
played
Vixen.
as well for Jonathan.
So Jonathan playing all 3 factions at the moment. Again, those 4 factions: Mechana, Lifebound, Enlightened,
Samael's Trickster.
Void.
Shadowstorm.
Ooh, there's a Shadow
another
Star going on the
construct.
board. You don't want to get your hopes up really though, just because one hero gets thrown on the board. I don't think, for right now in this pace of the game, the strategy has to say, I'm going to kill monsters, right?
Yes. I think a general rule of Unrivaled is you don't want to get your hopes
Because
up.
we see it, the Shadow Star goes, and if it's not your turn yet, you still are worrying about the monsters. And we see right there a heavy infantry is bought because it's more monster based.
Right.
Now, if it was more hero based, you would be going more willing to go to the Mystic.
So, and I can't do math. Let me preface this by saying I can't do math. But you've got 18 of each faction, which is 72 total cards. And then you've got 28 monsters, not counting the cultist. So the percentage of monster to everything else, almost 40%. So that's got to
The more you know.
The circle needs to be activated.
And guys, by the way, he did this all in his head.
I don't like you.
We got a
You're
Games
so
for Life
mean to me.
00, Raven name Flying Feather.
I don't like it. Games for Life 00 says Raven named Flying Feather, like you said. What do you think, Justin?
Well, let's see who else is out
I
there.
think there's better.
Great competition last week.
Yeah,
we
we
need
had
to
an
build
awesome
on it. We
competition
need to build on
last
it this week.
Goo Ryan. Games for Life does want to know, what is the strategy to killing monsters early? Well, it could leave you in trouble because if monsters don't continue to come up, you're basically tapped out and you've got all power cards.
3, 2, 1.
And you know that those rune cards are going to come over.
happens.
So, you know, in a 4-player game, it can be a little brutal, but right now monsters are continuing to sustain the most amount of honor at the moment. Neo Cowplay says Brandon Lee is the only oh my gosh. Oh! Sorry. I don't know if you've ever seen The Crow.
I have not.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Neo Cowplays plus 42 points for that. So that's big. That's big.
A lot of concern looks, a lot of thinking going on right now. Getting to the middle stages of the game. This is where strategies come bigger as we see 3 apprentices in Ryan's hand. Can't really do much with those because it's all power that is needed right now.
Method is 2.
Correct.
So I'm going to just turn these in for 5.
And then another method appears to replace.
Of course, because why not?
Wow, I'm sorry. I'm still smitten with that. Was brilliant. Although it's it's the Crow, which I know
Technically
is
a
way
crow.
before your time.
And it's
a
also
crow, Jon
not
Snow,
a raven.
and it's not a raven, so that might be the only issue. But other than that, that's
Who we see
it
is
said straight out of said that
Jonathan
would be a
playing
crow
Druids
named
of
not
the
a
Stone
raven.
Circle. What does Druids of the Stone Circle do?
Sorry, I'm responding on Twitch, and I should be back on the game. Druids of the Stone Circle is one of my favorite cards. You can acquire a hero with cost 3 rune or less without paying its cost, and you put it on the top of your deck. So
that doesn't go in the discard, it goes back to straight to the top of the
goes
deck.
straight to the top of your deck. And here's why it's really great, is that you can also, if there are no heroes just out in the center, there are 3 or less, you can go ahead and take yourself one of those, either a heavy infantry or a mystic. And that's still going to give you 1 point in your final deck.
Yeah.
In your final deck
And if it's heavy monster base, you can use a heavy infantry right away, which would be pretty good.
Christian at Oomba says, I want a raven name. Well, then, Christian, just come up with it.
And I will pay the 4 to
Some
get him.
people, I tell you.
Replaced by...
Straight Out of said that would be a crow name, not a raven. Yes, thank you, Straight Out of. You seem very smart.
Probably die.
We touched on that.
I feel confident. I don't think I'll make it
Man,
around.
sometimes our Twitch people are just They're my favorite, but it can get so heated in the Twitch room.
So that's 3 points for you. I'm going to take these 2 to replace for 5. You also gain 3 runes. It's replaced by Master Dartha.
Ooh, and we see Master Dartha.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about Master Dartha in case they didn't pay attention to our almost Emmy-nominated
Game Changer
episode?
7 runes to buy. It's kind of a bunch of runes. However, allows you to draw 3 cards. So that's big when you kind of need a bunch of cards to attack or runes to buy buy heroes. So it's a big card that can come in handy later on in the game. Once you get those decks, you get those more powerful heroes. But it's hard in this kind of game specifically to have that card because there's so many monsters. You're not really gaining anything except the heavy infantry or mystic right now.
I've been forgetting to take my...
Now so we talked about this earlier, and this is why this is important, to keep your deck slim. If you don't, you will never get to play those cards that you spent all your time acquiring all the runes for, they might count in your deck count, but most of them, unless they're Mechana, like, they're cards that need to be played.
Yes.
And if you can't get to them, you're not going to be able to play them.
Real?
But we do see, almost like counting cards in a way, we see a bunch of the monsters. So we know later on in the game, we're going to start seeing a bunch of heroes.
Somebody banished the Master. I'm so upset. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Ryan?
Sorry.
You angry man.
Sorry about that. Wolf Shaman.
Ooh. Oh, wow. This is good. Oh, wow. Sorry.
You can't just keep saying, oh, wow, and our listeners not have an idea of what's going on.
You're on Twitch. You can tell them. You read that next one. I'll tell you why I like it.
From
I'm a Shakespearean. Listen, I grew up in the mean streets of the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair.
From Bad Bees, I name a Raven Boleyn in honor of Anna and her lost head. The Tower of London keeps races on the ground so the tower doesn't crumble. In parentheses, seems legit to me. And then a real Reptar, can my Raven name me Brandon Stark? I was thinking that someone was going to say that.
Again, we've got those live finals coming up in October in Las Vegas. This is our Ascension Finals.
We are in Austin,
champion
Texas,
here
at the Dragon's Lair, an amazing place. Amazing.
Dragon's Lair is great. It's bustling with people on this
There's a little hop to it today. There's a little hop to it.
There's a little hop in the cowboy step. I actually don't think I've seen one pair of cowboy boots since we've been in here.
That's, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There is a point there. If you can't buy it, you might as well get rid of it.
Awesome.
There's no use in just leaving it out there.
Yeah.
In terms of speaking of the Master Dartha.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Xeron, Duke of Lies, one of the most powerful monster cards in the game. Buy it and take a card from, or I should say, defeat it and take a card from every other player. And those players do not get to redraw a card.
Yeah.
Like you were saying on RHARL on Twitch said, if you can't buy it, you got to get rid of it. That's a great strategy because you know that some of those other people that are
that
gunning
could possibly
for it
be able to
use
get
it
paid
against
out.
you. Yeah. So get rid of the Master Dartha.
Hedron Cannon.
Oh, we see a Hedron Cannon now.
Liz playing a good game. Liz collecting about 21 honor, showing what looks to be the most honor out on the board.
But then you look at someone like Ryan who has those two Mechana constructs that are pretty big constructs as well.
I gotta be honest, I thought Jonathan would be a little further along with the way he's blending his deck at this point. And it looks like Liz is just...
the Peerless. That's good too.
I think maybe that's why his Hobbit hat is moving more sideways.
Monsters early, right?
If you're rooting for people out there, let us know who you're rooting for.
Then keep giving us your Raven names.
1, 2, 3.
Getting some good entrants so far.
I'm gonna get the extra point for the White Thirster.
Those 2.
And draw a card.
So we're slowly starting to see the shape of the game move back to the heroes right now. So it's going to change your strategy a little bit.
And then I'll kill cultists.
Okay.
Wow. And we've got another good entry. HRAFN. From Skyrim, I do believe, if I might say so myself. That was well done. Dead Language Geek credit. Nice job, Neo Cow Plays. I'm a big fan. Games for Life came in with another Raven name, Mighty Raven. I gotta be honest, they probably could have done better. It's not really a great one, but we'll work on it. Okay, seriously, this time the Real Reptar says, my Raven name is Punch-A-Cultist. Punch-A-Cultist. You're crossbreeding games, Real Reptar. I don't know how I feel. How do you feel about that one?
I like it.
Okay, you would.
Punch the Cultist.
It's your favorite thing in the world.
I'm rocking that shirt in Vegas, by the way.
I'm gonna wear a Flytrap Witch. I'm gonna go cosplay as Flytrap Witch to the finals. Straight Out of says Raven name
Shades of the
Ray
Black
Lewis.
Watch.
Ray Lewis sounds too dangerous. Although I'm a big fan of his shoulder wingspan, so. Rarl says Raven name Claude. I like that. I don't know why,
Raven
but I
named
like
Ray
it.
Lewis.
Yeah, I know. Did you hear? I was just talking about that.
Oh, sorry.
Do you remember? I feel like Ray Lewis would be great as an announcer here at Unrivaled.
He gets so hyped up.
He gets so hyped up. He'd be like, Hedron Cannon! Aesthetic of the Live the Side! Yeah! Beef jerky! We've got a Reactor Monk out in the middle. I like that card. J-Man Reactor Monk.
What does it do?
Construct. And first of all, I like the drawing of it. Basically, he's 4 cost, and you're going to gain 2 runes. You pay 1 rune the next time you acquire, or sorry, you pay 1 less rune the next time you acquire a construct this turn. So great way to pick up some constructs, not pay as much.
Simple Librarian.
Brian, ooh, she's so smart. Her scrolls and her glasses. I love the Temple Librarian.
Now we see the heroes on the board.
It's
the Hedron Cannon. Yes, I'll see an eye. I think, no, the lidless eye.
Yeah, we talked about the lidless eye. What happens when it tries to blink? Nothing.
That is true. The Reactor Monk, the Ozaya, our game changer.
Ozaya game changer, way to defeat monsters.
That's a big
without
card if
having to
someone can
spend-
pick up Ozaya right now.
Right. There's a lot of big cards on the board at the moment. And what's he taking? Reactor. Nope, not Reactor. He takes the Aesthetic. Ooh, this is a good one. Finally, Games for Life comes up with a really good name.
Finally.
Rune and Raven. But again, that's a combination of Ascension and Nevermore. So I'm gonna have to say not that great.
And Arha.
Arha! Scared you.
And the
Every
Fallen,
time.
Arbiter of the Fallen, or whatever. I forgot the first part.
What did you just say?
The Arbiter of the Fallen, right? That's the name. They're on the left.
Where are you looking? Where, what? The
The first card.
Avatar.
I said Avatar.
I know. You get. There's a lot of card names. That,
I said Avatar
Bear with
first, and then you
Justin.
looked at me
no,
like
you said Arbiter.
No.
You said Arbiter.
I said Avatar.
You growled at me.
I said Avatar, then you like laughed at me, so I felt so insecure.
So this one I don't think was brought on in
That's my card name, Arbiter of the Fallen.
Arbiter of the Fallen. I think
Since
this
you
is
laughed at
probably-
mine.
Piff Games for Life, I think your name is great, says the Real Reptar. All right. Justin's beard. One of the favorite ones that no one's
you guys know we
mentioned,
have the 25th
and
March.
I think this is great, in a private chat that I've been hanging out with. Your Raven card would be Raven Simone, or Simone.
Simone. Like That's So Raven.
Never seen it.
You've never seen That's So Raven?
No.
We're not going to talk about that right now. We gotta focus on the game. We see some Flytrap Witch up there.
She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And we see the Flytrap Witch bot.
There it is,
Thought
taking
it was
2
clever.
honor right out the pool, and you get to draw a card. Why do you like that card so much?
I don't know, I just do. I just haven't attracted
Enough
towards
said.
it.
Enough.
Well, Shaman, Mexican.
Donate it?
No.
I'll take it if you want.
All for the poor.
Ah, a little gamesmanship. We love that.
Pass it on.
Pass it on.
Play now.
And it looks like the Hedron Cannon's out there,
Yep.
which would mean once per turn, gain 1 power for each Mechana construct you control. So who would benefit by that?
Ryan would be the one big benefit because he has 2 Mechana constructs.
Right. Well, I think he's got more in the deck. He ended up losing one at one point. That would be big. And
There's a Wolf Shaman.
picking up a wolf. Oh, Ooh, 2 runes.
Cetra, Weaver of Stars.
Ooh, and there's the
that's a big one.
highest rune card
take my
in the
one.
Lifebound contract. Acquire any hero
This guy.
without paying its cost.
Tormented Soul.
Place it on the top of your deck.
3 and attack him.
You know what you're getting.
1 point. Replaced by another Tormented Soul.
Oh, Tormented Soul
very
gets replaced by another Tormented Soul.
He's very persistent.
It's
and I'm going to take a heavy impact.
so much torment. 30 minutes has passed in the game, so we are in a time limit here,
Yes,
Justin.
we are.
Tell them a little bit about it.
Well, rule is an hour, if I am not mistaken. Tim, you can shed light if I'm wrong.
An hour is correct, Justin.
Good. I
An
knew
hour.
I was not wrong. I just wanted to make sure you knew I wasn't wrong.
I opened the curtains and I was blinded by the light.
By the arbiter of the fallen.
Liz still in a comfortable lead at this point, but we are seeing people catch up. Again, those mid-game strategies starting to come into play.
Now with the heroes more of the focal point now.
Yep.
Reactor Courier X-Men.
Oh, Rocket Courier out there.
And then 2, 2.
How are we doing on our Raven name? Should we take a little, should we see how we're doing? You want to scroll up, see if there's any that really stick out to you? Again, our contest for $40, $40 game credit, store credit at Laguna Hills Game Master means you could purchase one of these games.
We have Brandon Lee, we have
Best
Ravenator.
Best Raven name.
Ravenator's pretty good.
Ravenator's good. I
Raven
like
Boleyn.
Raven Boleyn. What are some of my other favorites? Everyone says Brandon Stark. That's good, but
Game of Thrones reference.
I like whoever said my name is Armando, my mustache is my wingspan. That's a good one. I do like Brandon Lee a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Neo Cal plays Brandon Lee. I know it's not a Raven. It's a Crow reference, but just to bring that up, I think is
Very good bring up. Still not a Raven though.
Okay. All right. So maybe we can't get behind it. We got about 30
But we
minutes
do
left
see
in that
punching the
contest.
cultist.
Punching the cultist.
We're winding down.
There we go.
1, 2, 3,
Great
4, 5,
design.
6, 7, 8. About
I
40,
shuffled
50 honor left.
2 right here.
No, it
50
doesn't
honor in the
until you
middle,
need to draw
and it
from
looks like Liz at this point controls the most.
Yeah, no.
And
So
every
these
time
two
they
just
show
go
shots of her hand, I'm
in this order.
just gazing at her wedding ring. It's beautiful, Liz. So congratulations.
So just a reminder that do not show up your just a reminder, do not show up your discard
Jay,
pile.
are you
until
excited? Are you
need to
having
draw,
fun in Austin?
And you have no more deck.
It's very big key right there.
Corner case on a couple of cards, but which probably aren't even the set.
Oh. Okay. What just happened?
Question about whether when you shuffle your discard pile, when it's you fully have no more cards, or just a question of when
When
you're gonna
to
roll.
reshuffle, yeah.
You
So
don't
once
want
you're
to. You reshuffle when there's no more cards that you can pull from your deck.
Right. There it is. We see. He gets the Avatar of the Fallen.
Sure.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what
Do you
that
like
is.
to grab
This is
that?
getting bought.
And there he is.
That's
Bam, buying it. That's a big play.
whatever this-
And he takes.
4 points.
Wow, he takes the Hadron Cannon. That's going to be a big boost to his
That is
deck at the end.
grande.
I believe that is worth
That
7.
is grande
That is
right
grande.
there.
Muy grande.
I just have to make sure
That's a
that
big move by John,
sorry.
who I actually, out of the gate, thought was going to be the strongest using that different.
A couple
that
void constructs as
kaleidoscope
well too.
of factions, if you will.
Reactor Monk replace.
Reactor
Sure.
Monk back out there. Again, that could be big.
one,
See
three.
who picks that up. Still, like you said, Ryan, the loss of a concept
Ryan,
is really
but
messing me
buying.
up. Showing a lot of constructs on the board, and as gameplay goes,
Yeah.
those hands, those cards that you're
I needed
playing,
that collider.
are going to get exponentially larger,
Yes.
correct? Because you're doing things like drawing cards
Yes.
with multiples, buying more cards that give you the ability to draw more cards. There's Brian, not showing a whole lot of honor at the moment. We'll see what happens with him.
You never know though.
Never know.
You never know.
And never knowing is the best. Gee, I know.
You never more.
You never more. Our Raven contest still going on. Again, a chance for you guys to win $40 store credit to Laguna Hills Game Master. Pick up one of these fine games. We love them all. I'm so
Games for
psyched.
Life says Raven Lair for Dragon's Lair.
Ooh, that's good.
The
I like
intent
that.
is there.
Games for life. I like
Not
that.
sure of the intent is there. I'm not sure of execution.
Gamali here is Team Liz, so it's good to see. We want to know, are you rooting for someone? If you are,
Let us know. Yeah.
we might root for them too. We might not root for
We
them.
might have to say bias, though.
But either way, we are excited for all of our players today.
Yes.
Playing for a chance to go to Las Vegas.
Las
Airfare,
Vegas.
hotel, chance to compete for $10,000 for first place winner, as well as a giant myriad of $250,000 in a cash prize pool. Yeah, in a prize pool. A sweet
Gaming table.
gaming table. I love gaming tables. I
gotta
could
give
use a
too
gaming
much
table in my new apartment.
Not,
Cool.
yeah,
Pointing
not too much information on that gaming table. I just gotta let you know that it's pretty sweet.
You're gonna like it. It's basically you're not gonna like it.
You're gonna love
You're
it.
gonna love it. You're gonna love it. There we see Liz picking up more honor.
Bro,
No one
Mark.
has. I have to say, if I am out there right now with a lot of power, that Xeron Duke of Lies is tantalizing. It is
Why is
tantalizing.
it so tantalizing? What with that card? What's the outcome?
Well, it may not always matter.
Again, you're going to draw a card from everybody else's hand that they are not going to be able to pick up,
Yes,
especially
now
this
you've
late in
got
the
those
game.
two cards,
If
then
you
shuffle,
debilitate
then
it down to
got
4, if you've only
That
got
is
4
pretty
cards
tough.
versus 5, you're not going to get those
Very rarely
huge
does
play.
it matter.
That's a
but
very
it
big
does
card,
affect
yeah.
The gameplay, so
Oh, we got somebody new. KLF or something will rock you. Raven name SR71 Team CJ. No. Whoever that is, no.
To look through your Discord palette.
No, CJ cannot be included in Raven names.
Christian says CJ could learn from the penguin about chill.
For 2 and 2.
You're not wrong, Christian. You're not wrong.
But you're not right.
You're right, Christian.
I know.
Go ahead, use Team Justin.
By the way, we don't get to talk about it enough. Hats off to our road crew
Yes.
that's out there. We might not like you, but
Hats
gosh
off.
darn it, we respect everything you're doing. That's not true. We love our road crew. Does an amazing job.
job.
Yeah, once everyone's done,
You guys
just
keep
your
up the
hand
good
in
work.
Face down format.
Bringing this awesome
If you want
tournament
put
to
it
you
on the table
guys.
face down, and he will
They're the
grab
guys
one random card
Yeah.
from your
And
hand
girls
in his.
that make this.
Yeah, I
thing
say
go.
guys. It's just a generality.
Which of these is best?
Don't
The 5 drop.
broad spectrum. Probably horrible lingo on my part. Bad locution.
Damn it!
SR71
you're
is
good.
Raven
Oh,
name voting for
That
CJ.
was huge.
Those guns are actually not too bad of work,
SR71.
but
Look it up. I should know more. State Route 71, a California thing in Palm Springs. Is that what it is? That's your Raven name? A road?
Alright, so I've used all my fight.
I don't know why I'm so upset by that. Maybe because I just drove on. SR71 is a cool route.
Yeah.
I drove my radio flyer on that thing. You take the turns hard, you're going to really tip.
I'd do my Raven name would be Flytrap Witch.
That's just the name of a card. No, and it's from Ascension, so no. I'm
Whatever, I
vetoing.
do what I want.
Big play for Ryan. There it is. Says RHARL.
Plus the 4.
There, he picks up the Ozaya, the Fearless.
the Apprentice and Mrs. Reliable.
I heard a mention of the runic lycanthrope.
The Runic. Breathing heavy, thinking strategy. What's he gonna do?
I just need a second to think about this.
Ryan making a good play for
This
her
is
right
a
now.
big move because he took out the Duke.
Isaiah.
Hey, that's a big pickup with Uzziah.
Thank you, Rarl. We got a little sidetracked at the moment, but he did take out that Xeron Duke of Lies. Hopefully, if we get a shot of his hand, we can see exactly what he took from everybody else. But I think that could be a huge game shift.
That's a tough
at the
hand
moment.
right there, if you look at
That's
it.
not a great hand.
Just the
for
Mystics and
Jonathan.
Apprentices. Right now in the point of game, you want powerful
Yeah,
hands.
this late in the game.
That's an okay hand at the beginning of the game because you're building with the Mystics and the Apprentices, but not that great right now.
I really like HRAFN as a Raven name. The name it's Old Norse. It's an Old Norse thing
See,
for Raven. I love that.
Lockheed 7R
But I don't know how to say it. It's
71 Blackbird's
Raven.
a plane.
What?
The Lockheed 7R 71 is a Blackbird's a plane.
It also is State Route 71. I'm just gonna say it.
You and you state route.
It is. It's a road.
That's all he talks about here in the office or on the road.
I like that. That's legit.
That's all he talked about on the plane
That's
over here
legit.
to Austin.
SR71 Blackbird. That's a pretty sweet Raven name.
I told
now,
you.
As long as it's not the road, that I'm thoroughly impressed.
Arbiter of the Precipice.
Oh, Arbiter of the
Ooh,
Precipice.
Arbiter of the Precipice.
Hanging out there, hanging near the void, thinking maybe do I want to banish some stuff? And you're going to draw 2 cards, banish a card in your hand. That's a great way to keep that deck small. Keep your hand
banish
small.
Card in the center row.
Again, Liz showing the highest honor total on the table, but that doesn't mean anything.
Placed by.
Why doesn't it mean anything?
Well, because you could have a lot in your deck. Again, if you're wondering how you accumulate, where we're picking up these numbers for the final countdown, the lower left-hand side of a card in the corner is representative of its honor total.
Each player besides you destroy a construct you control.
Ooh,
Those are my favorite
that's
monsters
big.
that you kill.
What you just saw, that banishment right there, not banish. They've got to destroy the destroy construct.
Where they don't put they don't put them in the void pile. Where do they put those at?
They put them back in their deck.
Thank you.
The discard
sorry,
pile.
the discard pile that goes into their deck.
Those are my favorite animals, monsters to kill, because now it kind of changes the way some people have their hand, because certain constructs will give certain powers, certain runes, and if you have to destroy them, then that kind of changes the way this last part of the game will end.
Yeah,
so that's a big move right there from
Liz.
Liz.
They're not gonna have that construct out. So that was the corrosive widow that she
corrosive.
destroyed. Corrosive widow. You know what's corrosive? My pipes in my bathroom. Raven name from Games for Life 0, Soul Seeker. That's a good one. I'll take it. And there we go. It looks like Ryan's got a couple of his constructs back on the table. This could be a big hand right now because Ryan's sitting at 27 honor. You know he's probably got a lot in the deck.
Replaced by Makana Initiate.
Now I like this one better. Down to play today says Raven name Seeker Soul. Yeah, I like that. I would go for Seeker Soul better.
See Ryan grab a Mechana Initiate.
There we go. We've got a Sea Tyrant.
Sea Tyrant out there. Is that your Sea Tyrant?
Yeah, I feel like sound effects are essential.
Yeah.
Essential.
Essentially.
Essential.
So the honor rolling down right now.
Coming down to the wire here. Thank you again for watching on Smashcast. All you watchers.
Team Justin Poll still going strong. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live.
More of a defensive measure.
A lot of people watching on Facebook
Team
Live.
Tim
A lot of
is
views.
struggling in the polls. We're coming down to the final couple minutes.
The nitty gritty, some would
The
say.
nitty gritty for our Raven competition. It's only going to be as long as this Ascension game, and so far we've got a couple really good qualifiers. We've got SR71 by Kif Will Rock You. We've got what else?
We can't just forget Brandon Stark.
We can't. Who did Brandon Stark?
That was Bad Bees.
Bad Bees. No, Real Reptar. Didn't Real Reptar do Brandon Stark? Yeah.
Real
Reptar did Brandon
Sorry.
Stark.
Sorry, Real Reptar.
I think Rarl had a good one out there. Claude. And
I
think Claude is one of my favorites.
I like Ravenator and Seeker Soul.
Yes, Real Reptar, we get that you did do that. Kif will rock you. G4100, banishing Mechana construct, making my opponents cry. Love it.
We saw someone ask Games for Life, what's your favorite part of this game right now?
What is it?
I think my favorite part of any Ascension game is just the changing of strategies that changes per turn. Like we saw earlier where the monsters were the focal point of the game. Now we see heroes taking more of a come to light, and the constructs take that much important.
Rocket Courier.
Because if you're matching your mechanas or your lifebounds or your voids, there's just the strategy that goes into that, and we're seeing it a lot in this game, specifically from Ryan and Liz. Just everybody right now is their strategy is based on how they're going to make their constructs.
Right.
It's fascinating to me.
To tag on that, my favorite part, Games for Life, is the when all your constructs, like Justin was saying, start to come out to play, and they exponentially compound on top of one another to just absolutely give you an incredible hand.
Deck builder,
like we were seeing with Jonathan, with Ryan, who is slowly, I believe, surpassed Liz in honor.
You draft the cards at the beginning, and then you play through a game.
That's pretty cool.
Smashcast, we have someone that asked me what other games are in this tournament.
Put out construct.
Nevermore.
We will tell you, but you can also find out. But also, we'll tell you. Nevermore.
The guy that takes the card from everybody.
Epic Spell Wars.
King of Tokyo, which you saw earlier. It's interesting because I would have
Ascension.
Villagers and Villains.
I think I didn't tell you. But
I was
and we
closer
are
between the
we are
8
doing
and,
no expansion sets on those. Those are specific.
I think I probably would have gone for the 8, 9.
For sure.
Not first generation, but
yeah.
Because
trying to think of the way
there's
to
a
phrase
chance
it.
you could steal the 8 from me. That would have been
No expansion
that
sets.
sucked.
Put it that way.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Every player destroy a construct.
sure.
It's only 3.
I'm so pumped. We are coming down to the end. We're going to see a winner going to
Ascension
Vegas.
is, especially with 4 players, Ascension is a game that does take a while, and it's a very mentally draining game because you're thinking a lot, and by the end of the game, you're going to sit there and be like, man, did I do everything? Do I second guess?
Right.
Should I have done this? This is where you start to overthink. Not that other games in this tournament are different. Ascension is, by the second, strategies are changing.
Right. There's a lot of retrospect. I like to think of it as a delicious card narrative told by Justin Gary and Stoneblade Entertainment.
It's a creature. It's the cultist is the only
yeah,
valid
it has to be
target.
the cultist.
Gonna hit the cultist. Pow! Oh man, my falsetto.
1 point for life bound. I'll take 4 or 5.
And there we go. We're about down to the last 10 honor. Justin, do you have a horse in this
Prediction?
honor
I
pool?
think the most honorable person is going to win.
I hate it when you do that.
Take the easy way out. I don't know. I really like Liz,
I think it's gonna.
but I think Ryan has a lot of constructs, especially those Mechana constructs, where that might give him the edge over because he does have a lot of honor out on the table as well.
Win Tyrant.
You got about 2 more minutes left for you to enter that contest. Again, looking for the best Raven name you can come up with from Nevermore. Whatever Raven name you want.
5. I guess it doesn't matter now.
Nice pun, Justin. Said games for life. I don't even know what you did.
Nope, neither did I.
That's cool though.
It must have been a good
That's
pun
why
though.
I'm Team Justin. Is anyone out there Team Tim?
No. Team Justin for life.
Rarl says, does the game end when the last gem is taken, or do other people get a turn? That's a fantastic question. So whoever our first player was, once the runes are out, those other people will all get a turn to collect honor. The honor will be there will be more honor put into the pool, just as like a supplanted amount of honor. You don't again play till that pool is gone.
Yeah.
So you play till the original honor pool is gone. If you were the 4th player to go, that will end the game.
Yes.
If you were the 3rd player to go, the 4th player will go, and then that will end the game. So subsequently, everyone after the first person will still get a turn to, if the first person were to end all the honors. I don't know if that makes sense how I phrased it,
Just
but
want to give you guys plenty of warning.
Dinkleswerve, yes, thank you, Dinkleswerve.
But yeah.
Praha says
Dinkelberg.
crickets. No one
Dinkleswerve.
No one voted Team Tim except for Dinkle. Thank goodness I've got Dinkleswerve in my life. I go home and I think about the fact that I have one person I can count on every day, and it's Dinkleswerve.
A little weird, but
Whatever.
let it pass. We'll let it go.
It's virtually amazing. There you go. We see
Praha.
the Wind Tyrant.
Christian says Justin needs a beard.
The black one.
I'm growing one,
Just
Christian.
Wow.
I'm trying.
Was that a? Did he?
Right.
Did Christian just dice you?
Christian, I'm trying to grow a beard.
That's Christian. That's not nice.
Vari says who was first. I believe Liz was first.
That's what we're trying to figure out. I think, yeah, I do think Liz was first.
And then
but
Praha 3 said Team New Cow plays.
Team New.
I'm still I'm like the beard, Christian. I'm trying. You see it out there. The most intense part of this game, though, is the counting of the points.
Were they collecting trophy?
That's when you see CJ really come to life. I mean, he's been alive this whole time, obviously, but he gets after the counting part of it. My mom said Sharon for a Raven name. I like that. Sharon. Thanks, Praha 3. You know what's up. I like Sharon. I really like Sharon. That's just me. Unless it's supposed to be Sauron, and it is spelled differently in like the
Now you're just overthinking
nomadic
it.
name.
You're just overthinking
Sauron.
it. We're close.
Here we go.
Ooh, a Snapdragon. That could be pretty decent.
Go ahead.
Dragon.
Okay.
Ho ho ho! Gonna come down to that countdown.
Bring this card in militia. Look at cards.
Maybe I was wrong.
That contest is almost to the end here. I have to say Sharon and Claude are my favorite Raven names.
I like Claude.
Who do we have for Claude? If you're out there listening, who wrote Claude? I do like SR71 too. This is gonna be a real go at it at the end for us here in our competition. Rarl said Claude. Okay, Rarl. If you do win our competition, we will reach out to you via Twitch, via private message, and we'll put you in touch with our producers, tell you how to get that $40 $40 store credit at Game Master.
Oh, there we go. Got it. I see it.
There's some awesome Ascension expansion sets.
Yeah, the new one just came out recently, right?
Yeah, and speaking of GeoCon coming up next week in Indianapolis, they're playing the Ascension World Championships. I can see next week. So that can be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Nowhere near the Unrivaled.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Games for Life says Chuck Norris, then says I think I just won. It was good name, but by saying I think I just won, I'm going to have to say no.
Had that person, I don't know if he had that person said that earlier, without saying I just think I won, I would have been much more inclined to think that.
Pra 3 says, is this an all expenses paid trip to Las Vegas?
That's a great question, Pra 3. So airfare will be covered, hotel will be covered, and then the rest, like if you want to dine, is going to be up to you. How you get around, whether you walk or whether Justin and I shuttle you around, is going to be up to you. We can do it for a small price. Justin, how much would you charge people for a ride in Vegas on your back, not in your car?
Where are we going? How far are we going?
Well, we're going to go to Caesars.
From where?
I don't know. From wherever we might be staying.
Depends on how. I mean, probably a better rate than. I mean, Uber, quicker than Uber.
Yeah.
Maybe not a better rate.
Uber piggyback rides?
Yeah.
We can do that for the finals.
Instead of like ordering an Uber Black, you order an Uber back.
An Uber back. Sounds like someone, yes. So, I think it's epic that my Raven
What a beautiful venue you have to select from.
And my username is unintelligible.
Doesn't
Carl, don't get too fancy on us. Because the honor, there we go, we see that honor supplanted, more honor put in the center.
I got 8 that I can use. I'm going to grab
I think you're
4 heavy infantrymen.
Again, now they're not playing till that honor's out. That's just extra honor till the turns are finished. And there, you see that scramble for heavy infantry at the end.
I think you have
It's where that's where
And I think I am
yeah,
done.
but no, you're not able to take
now,
that combat.
it might come down to you stealing.
It's just that
Like I think that was it.
Because you getting that extra turn would have been.
Sorry about that. Much
Would've
good
been
question.
stupid.
That was I had to answer real quick.
No worries.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah,
So I
everything's still
took
good.
4 heavy infantry, and
That's it.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Also,
6.
just again want to thank our viewers on Twitch, Oomba
Thank you.
TV,
Thank you,
Smashcast, Facebook Live,
Excellent.
wherever you're watching in the world, whether you're
If you would like to, do you want me
on
to
a boat,
Whether you're in
Beach
a
house.
canoe, whether you're walking and watching, which we don't condone because it's dangerous. You too could hit a stop sign with your
and
head
here's
if
the
you're
most important
tall.
part. We're gonna let this CJ take control right now for a little bit as they count the winner.
Right. What do you think, Justin?
I'm just gonna stay silent and let CJ count the winner.
Okay. I think Ryan may have pulled it out with all those constructs in his final deck. Construct points. Thank you for everyone who participated in our Raven Challenge. We're going to be announcing our winner probably when?
Soon.
Soon. Very soon. After this game. After the next game.
After the game after
Kinda-
that, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We're a myriad of Enigmatic stuff. Ooh, and the anticipation is building because someone will be headed to Vegas to compete for 10 grand. 10 grand going to the winner.
It's pretty impressive. I have to admit. I've played this game like 2,500 times, and I can't quite count like you did.
Yeah. 57. I just couldn't get anything to come out for me.
You were
Gamma Lie here says team the dude with the salmon shirt.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Kind of got bogged down.
That dude is Brian.
You had some bad hands where you just weren't getting.
And it's
when you got your Masa, it was
it's
the
like a
bottom
light
of your deck.
salmon.
You are the winner with 81. So it's 81-79.
Oh, look at that smile by Ryan.
Jonathan! Congrats,
Jonathan or Ryan? I think it was Ryan.
Time's done. When you took it, I was like.
Ryan won.
Or Ryan. I said the wrong name.
Names, man. Your names. Oh, man.
Sorry. I did.
We thought we were over with that.
Counting my points.
We thought we were.
Oh, man.
Excuse my colleague.
I'm
His
so
names aren't
pissed.
his best, even though we've known him for at least a good 45 minutes watching. Congrats to Ryan. We're going to have an interview with him coming up.
Right. And we have our King of Tokyo final, our championship table, which is going to be amazing. I am so excited. But again, a huge congrats to Ryan. What did we see? You touched on it earlier. I think you were saying as it was going, especially, he was big into the constructs. Did that really pan out for him?
The strategies changed throughout the games. We saw monsters and then heroes and then the monsters. And then that's when you saw everyone go towards those constructs, really build them up in their hands.
And that's where just keeping them from the whole time, you know, those will perpetually grow, usually like play off of each other. So having them in your deck, you know, as opposed to a monster where it's an instantaneous honor point grab, like you saw with Liz, who was winning by a pretty substantial amount at one point, only to be usurped. Usurped. I don't know where that came from.
I'll take it.
Working on it.
I'll take it.
What else can we say, J-Man? We've got more games besides from our King of Tokyo final that we're going to be playing. We
have a Munchkin final.
We have to have a Munchkin
Obviously
final.
In the Munchkin
it's Munchkin
land
week
of Munchkin.
in the heart of Munchkin land. And we've probably got an interview hopefully coming up, I believe, with a couple people.
We do.
So
we're going to interview the winner of this game. We're also going to interview Zoe,
which I'm super excited. If anyone watched King of Tokyo, she really held her own. She was probably our youngest competitor at the moment that we've seen. Freckled and fierce, as I like to say. Freckled and fierce.
Did a great job. Lots to look forward to. We're just getting started here.
And again, those grand finals are coming your way October 27th through 29th. It's going to be a blast in Las Vegas. Special guests, tons of prizes, just a plethora of fun. So, Jay, are you excited for that?
I am excited.
Now, if people are watching and they still want to get involved, can they?
Yes, they can.
Yeah, how?
We have the LMQs all over the place. We'll get to more. Let's have the interview right now.
Welcome back. Christian with Oomba, Unrivaled TV. Unrivaled and Oomba TV. Got backwards there. Anyway, hey, I'm here with Ryan playing at Dragon's Lair. Ryan, tell me a little bit about that victory you had. Did you know you had in the bag from the beginning looking at the competitors, or was it at the end?
It was definitely at the end. That was a really close game, and there was a couple of big luck swings in the middle that, you know, I got really lucky to be able to pull a card from another competitor's deck. So it was back and forth, and I really thought it was in doubt until the end. So it was a great game, and they all played really well.
Now, are you being bashful saying it was lucky, or, you know, I saw the deck thinning. I mean, it seemed like when you thin the deck, you kind of stack it in a way, so.
I think there's a lot more skill in Ascension. You know, I'm not being I really think a lot of people think it is very luck, but you have a lot of manipulation, and going after that manipulation is really important. There's two moments where the person that was kind of focusing on money got a lot of fight. It was kind of an unlikely draw. So but then I was able to then pull a random card out of his hand that really turned the tide between our two things. So both of those were more pure luck. But overall, when two people when four people are that close in talent, it's going to come down to a little bit of luck. So I was lucky to pull it out.
In Vegas, do you want to shoot any shots? Any shots fired to the competition?
No, I'm just hoping that my wife will let me go. So, you know, at this point, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Awesome, awesome. And thank you, Team Coed, for sending him down here. Awesome. Back to the studio. Justin and Tim, take it away. Team Justin.
So interesting. Yes, his wife's going to let him go.
Yeah.
If she lets him go. I think, come on, you're gonna.
I think
you gotta let him do that.
That was the most honorable thing you did, was ask your wife whether you could go. So already right there, wifey, if you're watching, I mean, he may have scored 81, 86 honor points on that, but that was his biggest honor victory by asking permission.
To Christian, we all know Christian has a great beard. He called me out about growing my beard. You see this, Christian? Give me 3, 4, 5, 17 years. It's going to be to your beard.
Okay. All right. Enough of the beard talk. And we did see you whisper Team Justin, by the way, Christian. So thank you. So we talked about the honor. We talked about a lot of the honor. So Ryan touched on what his turning point in the game was. And one of my favorite cards that I don't believe we've done a game changer on, which could be coming out. He maybe
might have to now.
Yeah, hinted at it. It was Xeron Duke of Lies. The Duke of Lies, he said, by drawing from the other players, again, prevented them from playing such a large hand late in the game. That was a big card for him. So another huge congrats to Ryan. He's going to go. He's going to compete for $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a ton of cash. I feel like I could buy you a beard for $10,000.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I believe so.
I mean, I wouldn't want to buy you anything more beautiful than that, obviously.
Right.
What else? So we've got our King of Tokyo final coming up.
Let's talk to Zoe
Let's
first.
talk to Zoe.
Got a very special person here. I'm here with Zoe. Zoe, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. How you feel about that King of Tokyo game before?
Oh, it's a fun game.
Yeah. Say, just to let you know, I don't know if you know about Twitch TV, but you got a lot of people rooting for you. You got a lot of Team Zoe's out there. Speaking of which, I don't know if you watched, but we also have a Team Tim or Team Justin. Is there a shout out you want to give?
Yeah.
Who would you like to shout out to?
Team Justin.
Awesome. Team Justin, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I got one question for you. Gonna make it easy. Say, a lot of people might see this and be intimidated by age, but we're also glad to have you on TV so you can see anybody can come out and have fun. Anything you can say about players that are young that might not want to show up because they might feel intimidated?
Well, just really have fun and do your best to just play the game. It doesn't matter if you really win or lose. It's just to have fun.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you very much. So, Team Justin.
Yeah.
One more?
Team Justin.
All right, just in case you didn't get it, Team Justin. Say. All right, now we're back to the studio for real to Tim and Justin.